Hey guys, your boy Kadido, one of my characters, Fallout 4, and today we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna talk about the perks in the game. Alright? Let's see what it's saying. Alright, we're gonna talk about each perk and what I personally feel, what my opinion is. I'll rate them 1 through 5, I guess. I don't know, ain't decided yet. And yeah, I'll try. Alright, strength. Strength overall is a pretty good stat. As a stat, it's really good, especially because strength gives you, I think it was a 10%. Each point in strength give you a 10% damage buff, and also give you, was it 10 carry weight, which is very helpful. And so strength as a stat overall is a really good stat. I give it like a 4, maybe a 4 out of 5, something like that. But let's go down to the perks of strength. All right. First is Iron Fist. Iron Fist, channel your chi to unleash devastating fury. Basically, you do more damage with punch weapons, stuff like that. Boxing gloves and knuckles and whatever. Now, it's decent, right? Especially the last perk. It's a critical invats will paralyze your opponent. That's pretty good. Here's the overall problem with Iron Fist. Having a weapon is always stronger. Like, it's always a lot stronger. So I give this perk about a 2 out of 5. Right, bit leads. Now this is the same thing for Iron Fist, but with weapons. However, it does double damage, and chance to disarm the opponent, increases the chance of it. More melee weapon damage hit all targets in front of you, and you now do double damage. Give you a chance to crush the opponent, grand slam the head, clean them off, or whatever. Alright. Now bit leads is the melee perk. Like, if you're gonna go melee, that's the perk. I definitely give bit, especially since it's fixed, I definitely give bit leads a 5 out of 5. I don't think there's nothing more you can do. If you know what, I give it a 4 out of 5. I give it a 4 out of 5. I thought of some other perks. For a melee build, absolutely necessary. And it's at 2, so it's very easy to get to. Absolutely necessary. Next perk is armor. I feel like armor is the most important crafting perk. Like, you have, gun nut and science. There was another one. Was another one? Blacksmithing. It's the most important in my opinion because of one thing. Because of that one so you can get ballistics. And you can, craft stuff. There you go. So armorer, I give armorer a 5 out of 5. Alright. Blacksmith. Blacksmith, in my opinion, is barely necessary. Like, it's a good thing you only got 3 ranks in it. It's barely necessary. Here's the thing with blacksmith. It ups your damage with melee weapons, but if you know what you're doing, you're doing a lot of damage with melee. Well, I guess it depends on the way you're building it. But for a sneak weapon, it's completely not necessary. You get the best sneak weapon without, all its upgrades already on it. The only reason to take blacksmith if you want to upgrade a there's super sledge. About it. That's about it. Alright, so I give blacksmith about a 2 out of 5. I give it a 2 out of 5. Alright. Heavy gunner. Heavy gunner does double damage to heavy guns, so to speak. It's pretty much simple. It's pretty simple. True hip fire accuracy at 40, and at 80, improved chance to stagger your opponent. Pretty simple damage buff perk. Double damage and heavy guns. Here's the thing with heavy guns though. they're stupid strong. So it's not you. It's necessary if you're gonna go ahead. Then I advise getting it. It's not completely noticeable because you're probably one hitting stuff anyway. So, or like if you got a machine gun, it's 16 is hardly more than 8 or whatever. It's not that much more damage. Unless you, yeah. Anyway, I give heavy gun about a 3 out of 5. I give heavy gun a 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Mid range, 60%. Alright. Strong bite. You get 25 in carry rate. Now, strong bite, it's a really good perk when you max it out. When over encumbered, you can fast travel. That's amazing. That's super amazing. That means you ain't gotta worry about being over encumbered. It's a really good perk if you have a hard time managing your stuff. I get it, but it's at the end of the day completely not necessary. So I give it about a 3 out of 5. Strong bite. Alright, steady aim. Steady aim is hardly noticeable, to be honest with you. Hardly. At all. I mean, it helps, kind of. But you probably ain't gonna super notice it, to be honest with you. That's just my feelings on it. So I give it about a 1 out of 5. I'm not gonna lie to you, I give it a 1 out of 5. Basher. Basher, what it does, it makes it so when you smack somebody with your gun, you do 25% more damage. And you know, it says now you can cripple, 75 more damage. Cripple, now you do double damage. Also may inflict a critical hit. Here's the problem with Basher. Basher is well it's for when you're using a ranged weapon when it just be better off to just shoot. My opinion. Basher completely not necessary. No, I only bash stuff that's like really small and adapt to anything. And bashing just save me ammo. That's all bashing does for me. So I give this a 1 out of 5. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very pointless. And plus it's on a strength tree. So that's the problem. That's another problem with Hipfire. It's on the strength. These two on the strength tree. Doesn't make sense. This should be on perception or agility, or I say perception, and this should be in I don't know, not strength. Or if it is in strength, it should be like at the top. It shouldn't be at level 8 strength. Now you can bash harder with your gun. Don't make sense. But okay, level 9, rooted. Okay, your part tree. While standing still, you gain 25% damage resistance, and your melee and unarmed attacks do 25% more damage. Understand, the third point in this skill, not necessary. First 2, very good for one thing. The 50% more damage. Now you're thinking to yourself, I'm not really gonna be standing still. But if you use VATS, melee, which is the only, I mean, I ain't gonna say, it's the only good build, strong build of melee. You're gonna be taking 50% less damage in VATS. And you're gonna be doing 50% more damage in VATS. Every hit in VATS, you're standing still. So it's super amazing when you think about that. And only 2 points for 50% more damage. That's crazy. Points for 50% more damage. That's very nice. Yeah, I give rooted 4 out of 5. Just because the third perk is useless. Alright. Pain Train. Pain Train is a very fun skill. Very fun. All aboard, you know, you stagger enemies in it. Here's the thing though. Pain Train is strong. But it's not necessary. It's a fun perk that's effective. It's an effective gimmick. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a gimmick that not. It's kind of like the railroad gun. With the shoot the rail. It's good. It's okay. But at the end of the day, it's a gimmick. There are better stuff out there, and I just don't think 10 points is worth it. This skill. I'm gonna give this skill a 3 out of 5. My opinion. All right. All right. So we'll go to perception. Now perception, what it does, right? Environmental awareness, sits in, increase your accuracy and VATS. That's all. That's all it does. Increase your accuracy and VATS. Very important stat, but strength was just more important, impressive in my opinion, because it does two things. So I would give perception. It's a pretty low stat in my opinion. I could about a 2 out of 5 to be honest with you. It's okay to have, but it's not necessary completely. You know, nice to have, but you'll get by without it. Pickpocketing. You can steal stuff, and you can pick stuff, and you can pick grenades in people and watch them blow up and stuff. Problem with that is you need sneak and stuff to do stuff like that. When it probably would have been easy to just shoot them and kill them. And you can steal items that are at the end of the day not that awesome. You can probably get something better. So I'm gonna give a pickpocket about 1 out of 5. I'm sorry, I had no uses for this skill. Rifleman, guys. Oh my, Rifleman. As you can see, this character is more of an energy weapon character. So the Gauss rifle, plasma rifle, laser rifle, Gatling laser, stuff like that. But the Gatling laser don't use Rifleman. Don't get it twisted. I was just saying that's my character build. But anyway, Rifleman is amazing. It's probably the best skill in this game. Possibly. Very good. What it does, you know, double damage of rifles. That includes shotguns as well. And basically if it's semi-automatic, this affects it. And you know it also does penetration. 15%, then 20%, then 25%. Then now it got a slight chance of crippling a limb. And a higher chance, and 30% through the ammo. That's just crazy. It do 3 things. Double damage, and so Rifleman is a 5 out of 5 stat. Get it. You want it. It's probably the best perk in the game. Alright, awareness. To defeat your enemies, you can view targets. Basically, you can see the weakness of enemies and see what level they are and stuff like that. And it's only 1 perk. It's not hugely necessary, but it's nice to have, you know? So I'm gonna give awareness about a 3 out of 5. Locksmithing. Okay. You can unlock better locks with it, of course. Here's the thing, the 4th rank is absolutely unnecessary. Now, you see a lot of people advise getting locksmith and stuff like that. Here's my problem with it. You have a character that can join you named Kate. She can pick any lock in the game. And at the end of the day, the stuff behind the lock pill, at the end of the day, it's just not impressive enough to infuse 3 points into it, in my opinion. So I'm gonna give locksmithing about a 2 out of 5. It's just not necessary enough. You don't got no other points to put stuff in, and you ran out of completely useless perks, then you can put points in it. I mean useful perks, my bad. Okay, next perk, demolition expert. Bigger the boom, the better. Your explosives do 25 more damage, and you can craft explosives at the chemist. Blah blah blah. And you know you gain the arc with 50 more damage. He, demolition expert is a very good skill. You do double damage at 4 points. That's at the root. That's at the rate of the tree perk. So you don't have to stand still to do it. And plus, you know, mines and grenade shots in vats explode for double damage. Basically, what that means is you throw a grenade and then you hit vats right when the grenade's finna blow up, or they finna step on the mine. When it blows up, it does a lot of damage. It don't mean you can throw a grenade in vats. No, that'd be kind of cool, but you can't do that. At least to my knowledge, anyway. Anyway, I give demolition expert. I'll give it a 5 out of 5. It's strong skill. Got a little problem with that. Affect larger area, but you know that'd be fixed. You know, you post then it go back to normal on this, that'd be fixed. But anyway, the only down draw to this is your ability to kill yourself increases. Yeah. Anyway, okay, night person. You're a creature of night. You gain 2 intelligence and perception between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. Now I'm gonna tell you the problem with that. I'll tell you the problem with this skill. Intelligence just boosts experience points. Kinda. Perception just boosts accuracy. Kinda. This perk is completely useless. And it only happens at night, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. It's not even all the time. This perk is useless. It doesn't do... You know, they say you can see at night, but I mean, it ain't that though. You can see at night too. Refractor. You must be part moon. Okay. Oh, night person is 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. I forgot to say that. Okay, refractor. When you gain, like, you see that energy resistance 10. That's very low. That's not noticeable at all. That is a piece of armor for 5 perk points. No, it's not necessary. Why is it in perception as well? It should be in endurance. Endurance need more stats like this. Yeah, I mean, it's helpful because energy damage is pretty rough on this game compared to ballistics, but plus 10, plus 20, it's just not a lot for a perk. Just not a lot. And it's just one type of damage. That's another problem, man. So I'm gonna have to recommend not ever getting this skill. 1 out of 5. Sniper. Oh man. You improve control. You can hold your breath longer while aiming the scope. That's it. And that gets slightly better. Okay, non-automatic scope rifle have a chance of knocking down the target. That means when you shoot, you might knock them down. The third perk is the only one worth something. It gives you 25% accuracy to headshots. Then you equip that with the McGreedy perk that raises it by another 20%. Unless you ain't patched your game yet because you like cheating. And it's pretty good, but the perks before that just make it not worth getting. Not worth. 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. It should have did something like increase the damage of snipers. It's 1 out of 5, man. It's just is, okay? You're better off. Penetrator, okay. Finally, decent perk. Penetrator, what it do, right? It makes it so you can hit body parts that are blocked by cover, but it decreases the accuracy. You know. And the last perk make it so if it blocked by cover, there is no decrease in accuracy. Very good perk. 4 out of 5, I say. Shoot people when they hiding behind stuff. When they hiding behind they desk or whatever, You shoot them with no decrease in accuracy. You don't have no problem as long as it's possible to hit them. Like if it got 0, it's got 0. You can't hit them. And yeah, this is a 5 out of 5 perk, but too bad it's at 9 perception. You know, and concentrated fire. Stay focused. Advanced every attack does 10% accuracy. Next one do, you know, 15% damage, and the third one is 20% accuracy and 20% more damage. Now this skill, very good, very good skill. 4 out of 5, in fact. Here's the problem with it. It's at 10 perception. You know what would be amazing with concentrated fire? Like this, the weapons that benefit from this or like automatics or pistols or stuff that cost low, low AP to shoot. I understand you probably ain't gonna get 10 perception because it just doesn't do much. This skill is not necessary, but it's nice to have. Very good skill, especially if they ain't dying in one hit. And that's with really weak weapons like automatics and pistols. So very good weapon. It's a very good perk for them. If you somehow have 10 perk in perception, get it. 4 out of 5. But otherwise, it's just not. It's way too far. Okay, get endurance. It's getting kind of long. This is way longer than I predicted. Let me go and try to hurry this up. Endurance as a stat's very good. It gives you a percentage of like health depending on your level, which means your health can be stupid high by the time you max out. And like a person at level 50 with 10 endurance has way more health than a person at 10 endurance at level 50 with 1 endurance. Like it's huge difference. Huge. Over twice as much health. But the perks though. Toughness. Very good perk. It's like an upgrade from the upgrade. It's not a very good perk. I'm sorry. I fucked up. It's an upgrade from Refractor. Cause it gives you 10 damage resistance to ballistics and the other thing. But the problem is it's still fixed amounts. It's not a percentage. Therefore not really worth. But it's at 1 perk, so it's kind of, you can just get it if you want to, but you ain't gonna notice it in game. It's nice at the beginning of the game, not in game. You ain't gonna notice it. So I say it's about a 2 out of 5. Alright, lead belly. All you do with lead belly, take less drink from eating and drinking. Basically you eat the bullshit, little pieces of shit food. Problem with that is there's stim packs in the game. So this is completely useless. Lead belly, 0 out of 5. No, not even a 1. Don't ever get this skill ever in any reason. For any reason. There's no point. Life give you 20% max HP health. That's helpful at the beginning of the game, right? But you want the regeneration. That's the only reason you pin perks in Life Giver, in my opinion. Life Giver is okay. Fixed increased stats just aren't good. Fixed like 20 health, 20 health, 10 endurance. For perks, no, you need percentages, and so I wouldn't recommend this perk unless it's. And the sad thing is, it's about a 2 out of 5. It's like the best perk in the endurance tree. All right, let's go. Kiln resistance. All right, basically with 2 perks, you become completely immune to kiln addiction. This perk is worth 0. Absolutely no reason to get this perk at all. One thing is it's extremely easy to cure kiln resistance. It costs 75 body caps at any doctor or Addital that you can just carry on you if you're in. You can just carry on you. You just pop it in you whenever you're addicted to something. So there's no reason to get this perk at all. And here's another problem. The most powerful weapon, legendary stat, Junkie, is based on how many addictions you get. There's no, and you can resist and make it so you can't get resist. You can't get addiction. Useless. Useless. That means junkie is useless to them, and it's one of the most powerful prefixes in the game. I think at max it gives you like 195% more damage. Crazy. And yeah, no, don't take it. 0 out of 5. Aqua girl, water's your ally. You no longer you. Nah, the second perk, the first perk is decent. You can breathe on the water and take, but at the same time, it's a gimmick perk. Not worth. It 1 point is okay. It's not worth to me. 1 out of 5. I'm sorry. Bad resistance. Let's try to. Exposure to wasteland has made more resilient. Radiation is way too easy to cure for this to even matter. 0 out of 5. I'm sorry. Illumination skin. Your skin being filled with structural metal reduces limb damage by 30%. Problem with this is stem pads. Stem pads are everywhere and they instantly heal limb damage. Instantly. With one stab in the neck. 0 out of 5. Cannibal. Feast on mortal flesh and heal your wounds. Eating human corpses restore health. You know, you can eat gold. So problem with this stem pass, once again, pointless. This is the problem with endurance tree. It's just shit. Alright, ghoulish. Since you're still human on the outside, radiation now regenerates your lost health. Now, ghoulish is not bad. Radiation now regenerates even more of your lost health. Radiation now regenerates even more of your lost health, and some frail ghouls will randomly become friendly. Ghoulish is not bad. Radiation now cures your health, but at the same time, radiation is just not that big of a problem for it to matter. That's the problem with ghoulish. 2 out of 5, and the sad thing is, probably the best perk in this tree, and solar powered. Now, the good thing about solar power is that, you know, it gives stats to strength and endurance. Probably the best stats to put points in the game. But at the same time, it's still half the day. I hate that. Half the day. It's just in the sunlight. Hate that. I like the sun more than the nighttime, so that's alright. And the second perk, it slowly heals your radiation damage. And the third one slowly generates your lost health. Sunlight. So it's not a terrible perk. Not a terrible perk. But it's more like a. This perk should be one of the worst perks in endurance. But it's one of the better perks because all the other perks are shit. But if the perks in endurance are actually good, say like strength or perception or whatever, decent perks in it, this perk would be like a 1 out of 5. But it's a 2 out of 5 because it's one of the best perks in the game. I mean, in endurance, not in the game, not at all. In endurance, and endurance, and it's probably like the second or third best perk in endurance. Problem is, you got to get 10 endurance, but that's okay. Endurance as a stat, you know what? If I were you, I'd just pump endurance. I wouldn't get none of these perks. Just pump endurance. That's all you really need to do. If you want more on defense, just pump endurance. That's all. That's my recommendation. Charisma. Charisma as a stat make it so you can sell better, buy better, prevent stuff better. Completely unnecessary, to be honest with you, but it's helpful. So I'm gonna give charisma about a 3 out of 5. Cap collector. It makes it so it's easier to buy and sell, prices and vendors are better. Except the problem with cap collector is that there are so many ways to do that. Like just pin another point in charisma. Bam. You see what I'm saying? And it's like it's drugs that give you 5 charisma. This is not necessary. 1 out of 5. Light Widow. Now, I think it's Lady Killer for males. Basically, it raises your damage by 15%, and easier persuading dialogue. Light Widow is They both of the perks are meh at the end of the day, right? Mid tier, 3 out of 5. Blight Widow is better simply because of the fact that there are more male enemies, or in the game. So you'll be doing that 15% more damage, much more often. That's why a female character in Fallout 4 is at the end of the day better than a male character, because everything else is pretty much the same except for this perk. And so I give it, two, two for the female, one for the male. Lone Wanderer, very strong perk. You don't have companions, you get all these stat boosters. One thing, you take 15% less damage, camera weight is 50. When eventually you take 30% less damage to increase carry weight to 100. When eventually without a companion, you get 25% more damage. It's crazy good perk. Crazy good stats. 5 out of 5. It's really good. I never take it. But I understand this is a really good perk. I never take it because I love having Piper or Kate with me for me to get this perk. I love it. And you can have dog meat with you when you have this perk. And I know a lot of people like to just play with dog meat. Anyway, attack dog. If you came out of command and hold down enemy, give you a great chance to hit them in the back. Dog hold the enemy, they have a chance he'll cripple a limb, he's biting. Your dog holds the enemy, there's a chance he'll cause them to bleed. Now, this perk completely useless. I'm sorry. In my opinion, the only one that's kind of decent is this. Chance of crippling a limb. That's it. Everything else is just no use. Forget. Got one thing, you gotta have dog meat in your party. I mean, it's fine. I guess that's okay with Lone Runner. The problem with dog meat is, at the end of the day, he's a pretty weak character. Really weak. He's the weakest. No, I think maybe Curry is. I don't know, but he's very weak, and you can't really do nothing about that. So attack dog, you spending points on a companion, which is at the end of the day not a good idea. So I'm gonna give this perk a 1 out of 5. Animal friend, commune with beasts with your gun. Aim at an animal below your level and give a chance to pacify it. Now, the last perk, I mean, it's okay. Problem with animals is that I don't think it's stuff that's not all that crazy strong. So perk loses its ethnicity. It's very good. It's a good perk, but for the stuff it pacifies and control and stuff, kind of weak. So I'm gonna give it about a 3 out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Local leader. All right, you can hook up your settlements and stuff with local leader. You can build stores and rep stations and work stock. It's very good for making money. Very good for setting up your base. Very good perk. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 perk. Local leader. It's not necessary near a build, but for the build, it's the most necessary for the build you want it for. You know what? I'm gonna put it at 5 out of 5. I'm gonna keep 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Somewhere around there. 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5. Not no definite 5 out of 5. You did, because you don't have to take it. It's not like, oh, you must get this skill. That's why I'm thinking 4 out of 5. Party girl. Nobody has a good time. There's no chance you get it. This is the same problem with skin resistance. Same problem. It's very easy to cure. It's very easy to cure alcoholism. The effects alcohol are double. Okay. See, that's pretty good. That's okay. It's okay. And that's okay. It's a 1 out of 5 perk. It saved itself by being a 0 out of 5 perk. With the perks are the stats are double and you get up 3. But it's 1 out of 5. Or 0 out of 5 depending on you. Inspirational. What it does, it make your companion does more damage and cannot hurt you. This also influences dog meat. So if you want to get a companion perk, this is the one to get. The attack dog one, absolutely useless to inspirational. Even though inspirational is at 8, so I can see that. And you know the second and third perk make it so you can't hurt them, which is very nice. And your companion carry more items. At the end, that perk is kind of useless, in my opinion. One thing, you could trick your opponent to carry what you could trick your companion to carry whatever you want. So it's kind of useless. So giving this perk 2 out of 5. Wasteland Whisperer. Basically, you know, the same thing with animals, but with the creatures, which is much better. That's death claws and shit. You want this perk. If you know, it's a very good perk. 5 out of 5 perk. Very good. If you get up to this point, you can, and the stuff you can do with it, it's amazing. You can get a death claw to go kill everything. Very nice. Intimidation is the same thing, but with humans opponents, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. 4.5. You know what? 5 out of 5. Whatever. 5 out of 5 also. These 2 perks 5 out of 5. Pacify and make them fight each other. Very nice. Alright. Intelligence. Intelligence as a stat is completely useless. All it does is boost your experience gain by very, very unnoticeable amounts. So, as a stat, it's 1 out of 5. But, let's see the perks. Van. Let tag. Basically, it shows you a path to your. The problem with that is the map shows you exactly, you know, where you need to go. So, 0 out of 5. Absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. Medic. This is pretty nice. Medic is pretty nice. It boosts. It makes your stem packs and red thing work better. But here's the thing: is stem packs are abundance. That's the problem. Stem packs are abundance. So this is a 5 out of 5 perk if stem packs were hard to get. Since stem packs aren't that hard to get, and you can just slam them into your arm as many times as you want, this perk is about a 3 out of 5 in my opinion. Gun nut. Gun nut lets you modify guns. Very nice perk to have. Very nice. I'm gonna give it about a. I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I think 4 out of 5 for the simple fact that you can find. You don't absolutely need gun nut to find. You know, modifications to certain armor and gear. You'll have to look for a while, but you can get them without gun nut. So 4 out of 5 for that. Okay, hacker. Same deal with lock picking. Same as that deal. Whatever I gave lock picking, I give hacker. Okay. Dropper. It's a fairly nice perk, to be honest with you. You get more gear from scrapping stuff, which is nice, like copper and whatnot. Very nice perk to have, especially if you build stuff. I'm gonna give scrap about a 4 out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Science, nice perk. At the end of the day, it's gun nut, but with laser weapons and stuff. Science, I'm gonna give a 4 out of 5. Same thing. Fine. It's helpful in making water purifiers though, and stuff like that. But maybe nah, 4 out of 5. Yeah, 4 out of 5. Chemist. Oh my god, I think this might be the best. I know I said that already with Rifleman. Chemist just might be the best perk in the game. Every character should get Chemist. You want Chemist. Alright? You don't need Chemist. You want Chemist. Chemist make it so the chems you take last 50 times longer. That means chems that last for 8 minutes, 25% more damage, health, all them stats you gain from using chems for 8 minutes. Now that went up with 12 minutes. Right, next perk twice as long. Now 8 minutes is 16 minutes. Now 8 minutes, 20 minutes. And right here, now 8 minutes is 24 minutes. And the perk in jet lasts 15 seconds. It slows down time, making it so you can tear the shit out of your opponents. Jet turns into a jet turns into what 15, 30, 45, 60, a minute long thing. It's crazy. Crazy. And then you can pick biomesh and make kills last even longer. Crazy perk. Get it when you can. If you can get it, get it. Super get it. You want to use drugs in this game. They're amazing. Robotics expert. I never had a use for this perk. You can hack assault trons and stuff like that. That's all you can really do. You can make them self-destruct. Problem with it is you gotta sneak up to the robot to actually do it. It always works, but that's the trade-off. So I'm gonna give it about a 3 out of 5. Nuclear physicist. The main radiation weapons do 50% more damage and fusion core lasts else 25% longer. And at the end of the day, fusion core live twice as long. That's the one thing you want from nuclear physics. The fusion core is to last longer. That's the reason why you got it. Because radiation damage is absolutely useless. Because it only affects humans. Every other thing else in the game is rad resistant. That's the point. That's the point of it still being alive. So radiation, but I heard a rumor that radiation weapons, you can make it so they're so strong that it'll affect even them. I don't know about that, but anyway, I say this: you want the fusion core, you want it to last double the time. It's not entirely necessary, especially if you have a lot of charisma where you can buy a whole bunch of fusion cores. Therefore, nuclear physicist is getting a 2 out of 5. Nerd rage. Basically, it slows down time and gives you 20% damage resistance and 20% more damage while the effects last. The damage is nice. The resistance is not noticeable. And you know, at max level, 40% more damage, very nice. Problem is, it's still at 20% health. That's the problem with this perk. That's the problem with this perk. 20% health. You do not want to be at 20% health. Ever. So this perk is barely at the end of the day useless. Like, you don't want to make yourself be almost dead so you can do more damage. No. And 40% in three perks. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. And you gotta be about dead before you get it. Nerd race terrible perk. Don't get it. It seems like it's a good idea. It's not. Just take jet. Alright. Agility. Very good perk. One of the best. 5 out of 5. It increases your agility points. Your action points. 5 out of 5 skill. You want to max this out. Right there with endurance and strength. It's very good. Perk to pit points in. And it has very good perks. Gunslinger, pretty much the same as Rifleman and all them. Do more damage. Range is increased. They say Gunslinger make it so pistols are longer than rifles. They have better range than rifles. Which is amazing. Get it perk a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Commando. Basically automatics and stuff. Max damage, you know, double damage and greatest chance to stagger opponents. Pretty good perk. I give it a 3 out of 5 at the end of the day. Not super crazy good, but it's, you know, double damage. So there you go. Sneak. Oh, my bad. Sneak is a 5 out of 5 perk, especially the first 4. It makes it so it's much harder to detect you when you're sneaking. You want this perk. 5 out of 5. Except for the last one. The last one just make it so that distant enemies lose you when you engage in stealth. When at the end of the day, it's nice to have, but not necessary. Alright. Mr. Sandman, very nice perk. Increases your damage of sneak attacks. At 15, 30, 45, 50. 50 in fact. Which is very nice. Your silent weapons do 50 more sneak attack damage. Very good for a sniper. This is the perk fucking sniper should have been. There you go. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Action girl. Your action points will generate 50% faster maxed out. Action boy for dudes. And very good perk. You want this for every build. Period. You want more action points. 5 out of 5. Moving target. Like I say, it increases your damage resistance. You know, the last perk make it so sprinting costs fewer action points. But the problem is it increases it in addition. 25, 50, 30 more. Not good at all. Very unnoticeable at end game. Don't get it. 2 out of 5. Ninja. Ninja is one of the best perks in the game. It does 2% more normal damage to your melee. Sneak damage do 4 times more damage. Basically, if you sneak attack somebody, you do a lot more damage. And maxed out, you do 3.5 with a gun and 10. This is why melee is ridiculous. 10 for melee. That means one hit attacks with every melee weapon. It don't matter. Combat knife, super sledge is completely overkill. Stuff is gonna die. You understand? If you sneak attack them with a melee weapon. Alright. Keep it moving. 5 out of 5 skill. Quick hands. You just reload guns faster. I never noticed reloading gun cost the action points. I never noticed that, really. So, quick hands, 1 out of 5. Very unnoticeable. Blitz. Find the gap that makes you that make the tackle. Blitz. Bats. Make it so you can just warp around like a time wizard with melee. It makes melee extremely overpowered combined with sneak attack. This is crazy. Like, cause you're teleporting near, well, like you're nowhere near them, then all of a sudden you're there and bam, 10% more normal damage. Blitz is amazing. You want to get it. If you melee, you get this skill. You get this more than anything. You understand me? You make sure you can get Blitz more than anything. More points in strength so you can do more damage more than anything. You want Blitz. Blitz is fucking amazing. 5 out of 5 out of 5. This is probably the best skill in the game. Perk in the game. I don't say it about 3 times. Anyway, Gun Fu. Alright. Gun Fu make it so you can do more damage on the next person invests and the next person invests and the next person invests. Overall, man, it's an okay skill, but it's very good for pistols because they cost very little VATS. So, pistols, very good. 10 out of 10. I meant to say pistols, 4 out of 5. Everything else, 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5. Alright. Look. Basically, it makes it so you do critical hits more often. I'm not sure how I feel about look. It's okay. As a stat, it's okay. It's alright. It's not super noticeable unless you go from like 1 luck to 10 luck. It's not a huge difference unless it's like a huge stat difference. So I'm gonna give a look about a 3 out of 5. It's still better than intelligence, you know, perception. I don't even know if it's better than perception. I'm gonna give it about a 3 out of 5. Maybe a 2 out of 5. Anyway, Fortune Finder. You learn to discover hidden wealth. Here's the problem with Fortune Finder. Scrounger. You find more ammo. And you can sell ammo for caps. Might as well have Scrounger. It's a much better perk. You find ammo. It does the same thing. Fortune Finder, except you find ammo. Basically. But the lab perk make it so your enemies explode up couch. I personally think about it. That's why I didn't consider that. Bloody Mess is a pretty good perk because it affects pretty much everything. It's only 5% bonus damage, 15, and there's a chance your characters can dude you're shooting at can explode. Very good for automatic weapons. Very good. Yeah, more damage. What all you can say? 3 out of 5 because the damage ain't that high. Mysterious Stranger, very good skill. What it does, it makes it so the dude shows up at the end of your vet sequence and go ahead and kill the guy you almost killed. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. And then there's a maxed out. There's a chance he'll fill up your critical meter so you can crit again. So basically, it's very good crit build. If you are doing a crit build, it's fucking fantastic. Fucking fantastic. God damn. Anyway, yeah. Idiot Savant, best skill in best skill in the game. Best perk in the game once again. Right? 5 out of 5 skill, the first two. First two perks, 5 out of 5. I heard the third perk is glitched. I don't if it's not very good, I don't ever get it. I never bothered with getting it. I don't know. But the first two is a 5 out of 5 just for the first two. What you do, you get 5%. You get 5 times more experience for any action in the game that gives you experience. Therefore, that means turning in quests. And quests give you like 300-400 experience. Basically, if Idiot Savant you can get like 2 levels. Even late game, you still getting a level. If it perks on any quest, there's billions of quests in this game. You level up really fast with it. I noticed a lot of guys get to certain points. I be 10 levels above them because I have Idiot Savant. And I actually use it. Now, it happens more often the lower your intelligence is, so it's amazing for a melee build. Amazing, because you don't need intelligence with a melee build. Not really. And except for maybe science or some blightsmith stuff. Other than that though, and I wouldn't even get science for that, to be perfectly honest with you. So melee, you want that. That's fuck, man. You understand me? Absolutely. Yeah, get that. Battle criticals, very good skill. I haven't gotten it yet. Very good skill. Oh, 5 out of 5 from Idiot Savant, if I ain't said it yet. Better criticals, make sure criticals hit harder. They don't seem to stat with certain things. So, like, see, I don't think it stats with a lucky gun or prefix. Lucky, like the righteous authority. I don't think it stats with that. That's 4 out of 5 in my opinion. Very good skill, very good, but it don't stat with that. It's 4 out of 5. All right, critical banker. Oh my god, critical banker, best skill. Basically, it makes it so you can stack criticals. It's not basically you can stack up the how many? You can say 4. Is it 4? Yeah, it's 4. Say 4 criticals. It's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. 4 criticals. That means you can critical. Then while you doing that, you probably building up criticals. Crazy. It's really good. 5 out of 5 skill. And Grim Reaper sprint. Basically, it means once you run out of vats, you have a 35. What's the max? 25, 35, and 35. Yeah, 35. Alright. The max, 35%. Basically, after you don't use all them critical hits and whatever, and kill people, and then you got a chance of refilling your critical meter too. I forgot about that part. Basically, luck tree 3 on down. Just get everything. 5 out of 5 perk. Grim Reaper sprint. Absolutely worth. Alright, 4-leaf clover. Guess what this does? Each hit in VATS has a chance of filling your critical meter again. Basically, all this shit put together just makes your character a monster. You understand? A monster. Yeah. And like, it gets better chance, excellent chance at max level. It's crazy good. 5 out of 5. Get it. Understand me? Alright, in the 10th perk. And look, compared to the last few perks we ran through, Camp Perk is a bit of a disappointment, but at the same time, it's still the best. It's probably the best endurance perk in the game. I'm not even joking. All right, what it does is right. What goes an enemy ranged attack will sometimes ricochet back and instantly kill them. Closer you are to death, the higher the chance. You see what I'm saying? Basically, every time somebody shoots something at you, they got a chance of that bullet bouncing back and killing them. Right there. Very good. It don't happen super often, but it's amazing when it does. And max level, guess what max level does? Like every other fucking perk interrupt, the critical meter gets filled again. You know, increased chance of it happening, of course. Basically, luck is a fucking amazing. You want luck skills, you want luck perks, you get luck perks. You understand me? You stick to perks. I don't know what else to say, guys. There you go. All the perks, in my opinion, explained. And yeah, tell me why you think I'm right. Tell me why you think I'm wrong. If you don't agree with what I said today, just post it. You know, let me know. Oh, you were wrong about this perk. This perk awesome, man. Stuff like that. Go ahead, put it down there. I don't care. I'll read it, see what you're saying, because like I say, I'm one dude. I'm just going on what I think. I'm not going on what other people think at all. And thanks for watching this hour long video. I didn't plan on it being this long, but sometimes things happen. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys, and that'll be it. Bye. Character. I love how my character looks, so I want to show it again. Alright, bye.